here in seed selection, we are going to look at if you want to grow your vegetable, what can you do, or how can you select the seed that we say can be able to grow well for you. And here is where you can apply a few tricks or a few aspects. And one of the aspects is to look at the farmers, or what we call the key farmers that are growing kale crop in your locality. And once you know, you identify this farmer, you can be able to go to this farmer and they can tell you the kale crop that they are growing, the number of months that they harvest. And of course, for farmers who are good in growing this kale crop, they are known. In your locality, if you can ask who is the best farmer who grows this kale crop, they can be able, many people can be able to identify that for you. That is the first thing that you can be able to do, so that you can have a contact person who can guide you, who can act, as a motivation for you as you go into this kale crop production. That is one. About the variety that you can be able to grow. The variety that you can be able to grow. We have several varieties, and this includes what we call the local varieties. We have the hybrid varieties. We even have the improved varieties. And all these varieties, they grow well depending on the locality. And in this program, we are not going to tell you exactly which variety you are going to grow, but we advise you that you can be able to get a contact farmer who can advise you. Alternatively, you can go to the Ministry of Agriculture in your locality. They can be able to advise. We also have agronomists that are working with private companies, some with private agrochemical companies and seed companies, who are well versed with the variety that can grow very well in your locality. So those are the action points, or the points that you can consider when looking for a good variety of kale crop to be able to grow it. Another aspect is when looking at the variety to plant, it will depend on the market that you are looking at, because you may find that we have some market that requires very big leaves, especially when you are looking at a market maybe like institutions and colleges, schools. You are going to find that they prefer large, big leaves, and therefore you are going to go for a variety. We have a variety called Sukumasiku, or another one called Thousand-Headed. Those are the varieties in Kenya. And you'll find that once you have this variety, they have big leaves. And you may find that at some point, your market may require smaller leaf size. You can go for a variety that has smaller leaves. And therefore, in so doing, you find that you have the requisite variety. And still, in terms of variety, you're also looking at the altitude, because your locality may be low altitude, you may be in a high, in a medium altitude, or you may be in a high altitude region, say even 3,000 meters above sea level. And you are looking at a variety to grow. And you may find that if you are in a high altitude area and someone who is in a low altitude area, then the variety that they are going to grow will be different. And therefore, that's why I'm advising that it is good to get these resourceful people so that you can know the exact variety that grows well in your region. We also have what we call the agrovet shops, agro shops. These agro shops are the ones which grow, which usually sell agrochemicals. They sell seeds, they sell even feeds for animals, and they are actually a very good resource point, because you can go to these agro shops and they can advise you, in this locality, this is the variety that grows very well, and they can even pinpoint a few farmers who have grown that variety very well, and it is doing very well for them. And therefore, once you have those all those points, then you have a requisite variety that can be able to grow. But as you can be able to grow. But as we are looking at this variety, we are looking at a few aspects, because we have some varieties that once you start harvesting, you can harvest for 3 months, and then the crop life ends, harvesting ends. And then we have some varieties that can be able to go up to 6 months. So as we are looking at this program, we are looking at a variety. You select a variety that you'll be able to harvest for up to 6 months. Up to 6 months. But maybe a variety that you can harvest for 2 to 3 months, then it ends not the best, and therefore you have to get a variety that you can be able to harvest for longer, so that you know the longer the harvest, of course, the more profitable that crop will be. And therefore, in terms of seed selection, that is all that is required. And then now from there, we are going to another section. You have selected your seed, the variety that you are going to plant, and the next aspect will be now establishing this variety or seed variety in a nursery bed. And that is the next step on the next section that you are going to look at.